Welcome to Mack Training Academy. My name is Joey Mack, and today we're going to go through the rear roundhouse kick from Muay Thai stance. So, we start out with our stance. We go from feet together, one step out, one step back. Generating from the feet up, we're going to open our hips with a step. We're going to push off our rear leg. We're going to start generating torque by twisting, whether that's extending the hand or just rolling our shoulder forward. From there, we can initiate the hands, throwing a hand and pulling, and then we point our heel at our target, bring the leg up, chop in to finish. What it should look like is a whip. We lead with our hip, driving our hip forward and through, and as that leads and follows through, the end of the whip coming through cracks your opponent. So we're not leading with the shin coming forward, we're leading with the hip as the shin follows through at the end. So what that looks like, we open our hip, we shoot, do our spin, and go back to our stance. One more time, so I open, I'm driving off, I'm generating torque, I throw the hip through, and I finish with a check on my spin. So from another angle, I'm in my stance, I open my hip, driving off that rear leg, throwing our kick into our check. From here, rear angle, I open my hips, throw the kick into my check. The other angle from the side, I open my hips, turning, generate power with my shoulders, driving and finishing. So, one detail that's really important, well, let's say two details that are very important, is pointing the heel at your target. So when we do that, I'm limited by my hip mobility and power to where my heel points. So if I only am able to open my heel to here, my kick power will end here. So the reason I want to point my heel is if I end with my heel here, that means my power will chop all the way through. So if I go from here to here, the power in my legs and hips will come all the way through. And then the last part is leading with that hip. So as I drive that hip up, the leg trails, the hip leads, and then I turn it over and chop with the leg at the end, so here. And what that would look like, a good drill to practice leading with your hip and pointing your heel, I like to call it the ballerina. I go hands up, and I just point, and I lead with my hip and my heel. So I'm able to get a good spin, I'm able to open up this chain to crack. So one more time, I'm here, I open up my stance, throw my kick, and finish. So with that, give us a like, a subscribe. If you have questions, please let us know, we'd love to help.